Day 4 of the 100 days of my yoga practices towards a celebration of International Day of Yoga on June 21st, 2026. Welcome to my channel, yoga channel, Satvik Yogi. Today it is March 17th, and March 17th also marks the fourth day or the day 4 of the 100 days of my yoga practices towards the International Day of Yoga celebration. Maharishi Patanjali's Yogasutra 1.4 from chapter 1, 4th Yogasutra. Vritti-sarupyam itaratra. Vritti-sarupyam itaratra. When the mind is not quiet, we identify with its movements. Once again, welcome to day 4 of our 100-day journey. And we began with the breaths. Let's do it again. We once again begin with 3 soft breaths. You would inhale gently, exhale completely, and just observe your breath. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, and the last, inhale, exhale. Today we explore Yogasutra 1.4, the sutra that shows us what happens when the mind is not quiet, when thoughts rise, when emotions move, when memories appear. We start to become them. Today's practice is all about noticing this with kindness and returning again and again to your navel. Navel. That is our anchor in Satvik Yoga Path. Imagine an actor on a stage. Every few minutes, the actor changes costumes. First, he comes as the king. Then, he changes costumes and comes in as the beggar, then a warrior, and then next as a dancer. If the actor forgets who they really are, they may start believing that they are the costumes. Maharishi Patanjali says our mind works exactly this way. Every thought is a costume. Each emotion is a costume. Every memory is a costume. When the mind is restless, we start wearing each one. The thought costume, the emotion costume, the memory costume as our identity. We become the anger. We become the fear. We become the worry. We become the memory. But the actor is never the costume. And you are never the thought in the first place. You are the awareness behind it. Now let's do some navel-centered breath awareness practices. Just like yesterday, place one of your hand lightly over your navel. Let the breath rise and fall naturally. Each time the mind wanders, return to the navel. Not with force, but with remembrance. Let's take about 4 to 6 slow breaths. We have practiced this before, that you can count either 3 or 4 according to your comfort level. I will count to 3, and the method of counting for each inhalation and exhalation I use is 1001, 1002, 1003. This is something I learned when in my early childhood years in school, where yoga used to be a curriculum, part of the curriculum. And then again, in my yoga school, I was reminded of the method of counting. So I will count 3 with each inhalation and each exhalation. So in a way, we are practicing sama vritti. But every time your mind wanders, remember to come back to your navel. So let's begin. Breathe in, 2, 3. Breathe out, 2, 3. Breathe in, 2, 3. Breathe out, 2, 3. Breathe in, observe your movement of navel. Breathe out, 2, 3. And the last, breathe in, 2, 3. Breathe out, 2, 3. What we just did is, if we were bringing all our focus onto our navel region, there is a higher chance, higher possibility of you actually controlling your mind by not letting the thoughts or emotion or worries or memories overpower you, by simply bringing your focus onto your navel area, the navel, which is your anchor. So let's practice some of the asana. Remember, in these asana, we will be using navel as the anchor. In the movements, the movement will arise from your navel. So the first one, a very popular one in the westernized world, it's called the cat-cow pose. But in Ashtanga Yoga or in yoga system, it is called Marjorie or Bitilasan, Bidalasan. Bidal is the cow, asan is the pose. So today I am seated on my chair. You can use your chair, or you can simply sit on your mat and or on all fours. So let's do the cat and cow. Here I am. And I would do it like this. making sure that I'm not hurting myself. I have got things around here. So make sure you, wherever you are practicing, that place is just yours. Just make sure that there are no sharper objects nearby, or there are lesser chances for you to hurt yourself. Again, choose your space. So I would do it like this, breathing in and breathing out. And remember, we have to bring our focus onto our navel area. Just take few breaths. Let's do it. Bring it all. And release. One more time. Bring it all. And release. We do it 2 more times. Bring everything together and release. And one last time. And release. Excellent. So what we just did is Bidalasana in a seated pose. I'm using the chair. We moved slowly and we kept our focus onto our navel. Navel is the anchor, and the breath was guiding the shape. Let's do another one, which is Parshva Urdhva Hastasana. Parshva Urdhva Hastasana, which is the side bend. So simple. So let's do this. You may do this while standing or seated. I am using my chair for this. And to do it, first take few breaths. And now you will lift one arm and lean softly. Remember, you're using your navel to move. Bend to your side and give it a good stretch. Excellent. Come back and hands down. The other hand go up. Remember, you're moving from your navel. Stretch, stretch, stretch some more. And back. We'll do this only 2 times. Repeat on the other side. And stretch, 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 stretch. And come back. Remember, your navel is your anchor. And excellent. Now, Parshva Urdhva Hastasana, which means the sideways bend. What we were doing is we had our focus onto our navel, which is our anchor. We were observing the body movements. We were observing and we were keeping our focus around the navel, and the navel kept steady, and we were using the energy from our navel. Now there's another one, and I love this, especially in the morning. Especially in the morning. You can do this while you're still in your bed, and it is a spinal twist. So what I do is I wake up in the morning after doing right in my bed. I haven't even got off the bed, and I like to do practice some of the breath. Yes, while lying down. It is that easy. Yoga is not complicated. It's very easy. You give yoga this much, and yoga, you will be amazed to see how much you receive in return. So this is called Bhardwaj. Rishi Bhardwaj, sage Bhardwaj was supposed to, supposedly seated in this position. But to put it in simple words, this is called gentle seated twisting, so which aids in the spinal twist. So in the bed, what I do in the morning is that I sit and I just keeping my focus onto my navel, I just twist my spine like how I would do now. Place your hand onto your navel and twist to the side, taking your other hand behind. And remember, as you do this, the movement is not from your shoulders. The movement is from your anchor, which is the navel. Again, on the other side, just move from the navel. And your focus, you're maintaining at the navel. Repeat. And on the other side. Excellent. So this was Bharadwajasan, Rishi Bharadwaj. Supposedly he sat in this pose, but the pose is entirely different. If I were sitting on the mat, maybe sometime I can show that, but this is the easiest way to do. Now there is another one which I would like you to practice with me, and it is called Uttanasan. Now, because I'm seated, you can do it's simply forward bend. So what we will do, you can do this seated as I'm doing right now, or you can just do it standing. So let the body bend forward on an exhale. So we exhale and we bend our body forward. So to do this, I would just tilt a little bit so I can show you. All right. Just the body, relax. You can have either one of your hands on your navel and the other one, I always like to place it like this, and back and spine straight. Roll your shoulders to make it straighter and chin slightly tucked in. And now forward bend. And you bend like from here, from upper body, as one unit. So let's do it. Just one unit. And you bend, remember, your navel. Don't look down. Very good. We do this one more time. Remember, all your focus towards your anchor, which is your navel. The Satvik Yogi Path, my practices are navel-centered. Once again, we inhale to rise slowly. And remember, you feel the navel. The navel will lift you back up. So let's do this. And back. So what we just did is Uttanasana. You can do this while seated in a chair. I'm using a chair, or in a standing posture. Now we have to practice stillness. We have been talking about stillness, how to still our mind. Chit, Vritti, Nirodh, which is the second Yoga Sutra that we discussed on day 2. And then yesterday, which was day 3, the third Yoga Sutra, which was Tada Drishtya Sarva Swarupye, something I forgot, but it was about the how we can look within when the mind is clear. That's the true self. And the second Yoga Sutra, which is what is yoga, the definition of yoga, Yoga Chit, Yoga Chit Vritti Nirodh. With you, I'm also revising my Yoga Sutra lessons. And these are in Sanskrit, and I love to remember to read the Sanskrit because I just love this language. I don't want to forget. So I have to thank you for that. Because of you, I'm getting to practice all over again. Now we'll practice stillness. So sit comfortably. Take few short breaths. Let your breath settle. Now you would notice your mind. Now you notice your mind. Just stay like that. Mind likes to keep itself busy with thoughts, with memories, with reactions. These are vrittis, the modifications, the fluctuation. So notice your vrittis. One thought after the other, bombarded with thoughts, and then the memories, and then the reactions. And notice how easily we associate ourselves in a way that we identify with them. But gently return to your navel and observe the movement, your breath. Concentrate on your breath. With each inhalation, your belly or your navel extends. And with each exhalation, the navel distends. Observe the movement with each breath in each breath cycle. All your focus onto your navel, your breath. And this is the practice. As soon as you bring your focus to your navel, you've done it. You have been able to quiet your mind. Now, let us wrap up the way we always like to do. Once again, we inhale gently, we exhale completely. So we do this 3 times. Inhale, 2, 3. Exhale, 2, 3. Again, inhale, 1, 2. Exhale. 1, 2, and the last. Inhale. 2, 3. Exhale. 2, 3. Return to your navel. You're returning to yourself. Today, we remembered the actor and the costume. Our mind will offer us many roles, many stories, many emotions. But remember, you are not the costume. You are the awareness behind it. Each time the mind pulls you into a role, come back to the breath. Come back to the navel. Come back to the quiet place within. Thank you for showing up today and practicing with me. Until tomorrow, stay warm, stay kind to yourself, and stay true to yourself. I thank you for your time.